Hello and welcome back to another video. I thought I'd do something a little different. Back in my YouTube beauty days when I tried to do that, I used to love doing like makeup hauls and favorite videos and different things like that. So I thought I would bring that back, starting with my April favorites. I have been loving some amazing things that I've recently picked up, some skincare stuff. I'm going to be talking about some apps that I've been loving, some podcasts, and some TV shows I've been loving. So if you guys are interested in that, stay tuned for more. Alright, so to get started, let's talk about some of the beauty skincare stuff. So I have been really into skincare lately. I think it's like this idea of me being in my 30s. Like I'm more into making sure my skin underneath all the makeup is looking good versus me having like all the best makeup ever. So here are the things I have been loving. The first item I've been loving is this fresh, oh come on, zoom in. There it is. The Fresh Soy Face Cleanser. I love cleansers that are just really basic. Like you can't really go wrong with something that's super basic. Doesn't have a lot of products in it. Because my skin typically is a lot of different things, like sometimes it's acne prone, sensitive, dry, oily. I like to have a cleanser that is just going to be basic so that depending on what my skin is looking like, I can kind of add on the additional products to kind of clean up some of those issues that I have at that particular time. So this has been phenomenal and I've absolutely been loving that. Along with that, I have been loving the Honest Beauty oil. This is a really nice facial oil that you can use day and night. It has a really nice scent to it. Like I'm obsessed with this smell, and I can't quite pinpoint the essential oil that's in here. Like, and of course there's like no description on the back. But I absolutely love the smell of this. It goes a long way. And like I said, you can use it day and night, which is really nice. And it's super hydrating. It doesn't leave your skin super oily. It kind of just penetrates right into your skin, and kind of leaves your skin looking nice and dewy. I will say that for a for a drugstore product, it is a little pricey. I believe it's $25 for this bottle. So if you're not used to spending that much at a drugstore or like a Target or something like that, just keep that in mind, but I think it's worth it. You're going to get a lot for the amount of money that you're spending. Okay, next is the Summer Fridays. Yes, I feel like everyone and their mom has been talking about this. It's the jet lag mask, and I haven't been traveling or plan on traveling anytime soon, but my skin was super dry like over the last couple of months, with it still kind of being a little cold, a little wintry here in Minnesota. I was looking for something that's going to really penetrate my skin and really moisturize my skin, and this stuff is the bomb. Like, it's a mask, but it's not one of those masks that's like drying out. It's not like cleaning out anything. It's not purifying anything. It's just literally extrally moisturizing your skin, and that's what I needed, and that's what I love this for. I typically wear this like during the day. Like if I'm not going anywhere, I'll put this on at the beginning of the day and leave it on all day, and then the next morning I'll wash my face, and it goes on really clear, so it's not like your face is all white or anything like that. It goes on really clear, almost like a moisturizer. So if you haven't tried it out, I know you probably have heard of it. It's worth it. I absolutely love it. Another thing related to beauty is the Tory Burch Love Relentlessly Rollerball. I am obsessed with Tory Burch's perfumes. I have pretty much had all of her perfumes before, but this one is like one of my favorite. If you're looking for like a new springtime, summertime perfume, this is perfect. It's like flirty, it's fresh, and it's florally, but not like overly florally. And I'm really not into florally like perfumes, but this one is like, it's like seriously so perfect. It reminds me of like you're wearing this like on a nice fun summer date night, and you just throw this on with a nice like flowy dress and like some cute little sandal heels. Like, this is the bomb. Absolutely love that. All right, so moving on, I'm checking my notes because I don't want to forget. anything I want to talk about. So moving on to TV and podcasts. So TV, Fleabag is on Amazon Prime. I have been loving that show so much to the point where like I ran through all the episodes and I was like going back the next day to find out what the next episode is and realized I went through the whole season in like 2 days, and the next season doesn't come out until I think it's like the middle of May, so in a couple weeks. I don't have too much longer to wait. But it's on Amazon Prime, and it's about this girl who's I think in her 30s. Her best friend has died, but they did own a cafe together. So she's kind of going through like dealing with that. She's dealing with her sister who's crazy. She's dealing with her dad who's remarried to her mother passed away as well, and then just dealing with her relationship issues. Like it kind of reminds me of like Girls Meet Sex in the City, but you just choose like one of the characters out of that and you mix them together and you get Fleabag. And it's like it's a European show, so you got all the accents and all that fun stuff. So if you're looking for something new outside of Netflix and Hulu, go to Amazon Prime and check it out, because you'll have 2 seasons coming up in the next couple weeks. So Fleabag has been my jam. Homecoming. I mean, here's the deal. You had to been on a rock if you don't know what Homecoming is. It's Beyonce's Coachella performance, also a documentary of how she prepared for Coachella, which was like literally the best thing I've ever seen probably in my entire life. And I'm not going to sit here and talk about it the whole time, because I literally can take up the whole rest of the time talking about Homecoming, but I will talk about this piece, and this is the part that I really loved. She really talked about the struggles of motherhood for her, and I just thought that was just so touching, because think about it, like Beyonce, who has all the resources, has everything you could possibly think of to, you know, bounce back from motherhood or to get fit or to do all these different things that I feel like are common challenges with women who have babies. But she's going through the same things that we are going through. And I love that she talked about that. It just made me love her so much more. She talked about how she didn't know who she was. Like dancing is all about the feeling, who you are and the swag that you bring to it. And she had to rediscover herself. And the part that I really loved wasn't the fact that she had to try to go back to who she was before, but she was birthing the new woman that she was becoming. And I absolutely love that message, and it's something that I've talked about recently this year, talking about I'm not trying to snap back to the person I was before, but I'm trying to discover this new woman that I'm becoming and embracing her and learning everything about her. So I love it. If you love Beyonce, I don't know why you haven't watched it yet. If you don't care for Beyonce, watch it just to learn about this crazy woman's work ethic. Like, we cannot complain about anything anymore, just period. Okay. Podcast, the Cold podcast is phenomenal. If you are a murder mystery gal, if you love true crime, this is going to be right up your alley. It is a true crime case. It's a cold case about a woman that disappeared the night her and her husband and her 2 boys went up to the mountains in the middle of the winter on a camping trip. The boys and the husband came back. The wife went missing. And there's so many details surrounding this case. It does end very tragically. The woman is still missing. But it is very tragic ending with some of the people that are involved. I'm not going to tell you too much because I don't want to give it away, but what's really fascinating about it is the journalist that's kind of telling the story, he's interviewing people that were never interviewed during the case. He interviewed the lead detective that was part of the case, and the people that are involved in the case, the missing woman, the husband's father, they all kept journals from like when they were kids, and a lot of that's being broadcast on the show. And it's so fascinating to hear how this woman was already having troubles in her marriage and how she wrote all of that stuff down, and you get to hear that. It's really fascinating. So if you love true crime, like definitely check out the Cold podcast. I'm always looking for new podcasts to listen to related to that topic, so that is a really good one. Okay, so apps. Moving on to apps. I have been loving the Pattern app. It is like absolutely amazing. It is an astrology app, so you do have to put in like your birthday and it'll give you your sign and all that kind of stuff. But what's really cool is it's not just like one of those like horoscope apps where it tells you like, okay, so today you're gonna be dealing with X, Y, and Z. It kind of talks about like some patterns that you go through related to, sorry, I'm just kind of pulling it up so I can kind of figure out like some of the things that it's like taught me or whatnot. It talks about things that make me uncomfortable. It talks about things that I like and dislike, communication blocks, relationship expectations. That was a really good one. I actually put in my husband's information in here as well. And it gives me some insight of like how we are together and like how his sign correlates with my sign and maybe some of the issues that we may like have in the future or whatnot. If you're not into astrology or any of that kind of stuff, obviously this is not going to be your jam, but if you are into it, this is a really cool app and it gives you daily patterns. It also gives you a world update too and kind of lets you know like what's going on in the world, and you may relate to or you may not, but I think it's kind of cool just to kind of know what's going on overall. So that's another app I've been loving. Another one I've been loving, this is more for like Instagram and for like just editing purposes. It's called Mojo. And it does cost, so you can use the free version, but you don't really get that many options, or you can use the pro, which I forget exactly how much it costs because it's saying that I'm already subscribed, but I think it's only a couple dollars or something like that. But they give you these like really cool, you can't really see it, but they give you these really cool, I'll do like a close-up. They give you these really cool templates that you can use for your Instagram stories. And like, I don't know, I love Instagram stories that are like very entertaining, very visually stimulating, not just like a static image all the time. And I'm always looking for new things to kind of spice up my story. So if you're looking for that, definitely check out Mojo. It is fantastic for that. And they're constantly like updating their templates too, so you can find some new fun stuff for your Instagram stories. Okie dokie. Oh, a book I've been loving. This, I added this in like last minute, so that's why it's not on the list. You Are a Badass Every Day. I am a huge fan of Jen Sincero. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. I have all of her books. I'm like obsessed with You Are a Badass, like the original version. I've listened to it 1,000 times. I've read the book. Like, I love everything about her. If you love her collection of You Are a Badass, definitely get this book. I also love this book as like a gift if you're looking for some gift ideas, especially for like Mother's Day coming around the corner. If you want to give your mom like You Are a Badass Every Day, giving her some quick little motivational tips and mantras and affirmations. It's super fun. Like, I love this book. I usually pick this book up when I'm feeling like I just need a little bit of encouragement. I just need a little bit of pick me up. I'll just read one of the little things. I'll like flip it open and like see what happens, and then I'll just read one of these things. It's kind of one of those kind of books. It's not like her previous books where she's giving you like a full, like you read the book from start to finish. You can literally pick this up, find a page, and get a little dose of affirmation or information. I love, love, love this book, and it's a really good gift idea. All right, so wrapping things up, I cannot do a favorites without talking about food, because food is my jam and I love it so, so, so much. And I'm gonna wrap this up quick. All right, so Trader Joe's always comes through for me when it comes to little snack treats. These Hold the Cone ice cream cones, the vanilla flavor, they're like the best thing ever. And the one thing that I absolutely love about these is they're great for the kids too. Let me just show you how tiny these things are. Like, they are true mini cones. Oh, I had this out for just a little bit, so. Look at these little nuggets. Aren't they so cute? Like, they're like the perfect size for kids and also for myself. I love them. I can, if I'm looking for just like, God, I just have a sweet tooth, I just need something really quick just to snack on, like nothing major. This has been my jam. I've absolutely been loving them. And if you're concerned about calories and all that jazz, okay, so a serving size is 3 cones, which is crazy. So, okay, let's just say you have 3 cones. It's 260 calories, 33 grams of carbs. and 18 grams of sugar, 20 grams of sugar, 4 grams of protein, 12 grams of fat. Okay, so like, I mean, who's really counting calories when you're eating something like this? But if you're interested in that, that is the jam. All right, you guys, so that pretty much wraps up today's video. I hope that you guys enjoy. Please let me know in the comments below, what are some of the things that you've been loving this month, or maybe some things that you guys have been wanting to try. Let me know in the comments below, and I would love to hear all about them. So until next time, have a wonderful day. Talk to you next time.